On gun reform, have you been briefed by the government on any details to do with that, and do you expect that you'll have agreement from David Littleproud behind you on gun reform changes?
No, I haven't been briefed on any of these changes. I've had a conversation with Anthony Albanese about the return of the Parliament, and we've discussed the terms of a condolence motion, which is incredibly important for victims' families. I haven't seen the new hate speech laws that I understand may well be introduced, possibly in a week's time. We obviously don't have a date. I expect to see them well ahead of time so that we can scrutinise them in the usual way, and I would apply the same rules to any new legislation that comes forward at any time.
Just take one more question, guys.
Are we able to hear from Mr Littleproud? Have Nationals MPs expressed concerns to you about the gun reform push?
Well, I think it's important to understand that gun laws are set by individual state jurisdictions. New South Wales has gone it alone. The National Party has a strong belief we don't have a gun problem in this country. We have an extreme Islamic ideological problem in this country that needs to be tackled, one that Anthony Albanese has run away from for 3 years. The reality is that the laws that were changed in New South Wales that Chris Minns has changed, sadly, would not have changed the events of Bondi Beach. He's taken it back to the ownership of 4 guns of an individual in New South Wales. The perpetrators of that heinous act had 4 guns. The reality is guns are not the problem. Extreme Islamic ideology is the problem. That's what we should be addressing. It was nothing more than a distraction. And the reality is we're going to spend $1 billion on taking guns away from lawful citizens who are doing the right things. And do you really think that Australians are that naive to think that people who have that much hate in their heart would not find a way to get a gun, to start a car and run into people, or to use a bomb? The reality is this is not a gun problem, this is a people problem, and it's an extreme Islamic ideological problem, one in which we're prepared to face into, one that Anthony Albanese and the Labor Party hasn't, apart from take on cheap political stunts to take away the rights of law-abiding citizens, not just in rural areas but also city areas. And it's important for you not to stereotype that this is just about farmers. Many people in metropolitan areas undertake the pest mitigation work for farmers. They're too tired, they're too buggered to do the work of getting rid of pigs and dogs and deer at night after working. And these people that lawfully come from our urban centres do a very important job for rural Australians. But that's a matter for the states. No one can just roll in and get a gun in this country. You have to go through a fit and proper person test. There's a 28-day withholding period. You have to be trained. You just can't get the calibre of weapon you want. You actually have to prove a reason for having it. So this is really a diversion more than anything, and Anthony Albanese has finally faced up to the fact that the Australian people have held him to account, and they want to get this anti-Semitism taken out of our society that he's allowed to drift into it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.